We're live. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, Birdwell. Hi, Loki.
Hey, Loki.
Just like normal.
Like normal. Okay. Okay. Nice. Hi, Anna. Hey, Lena.
Hi, Christy. Hi, Christina.
Hi, guys.
Okay. Welcome in. I know I'm not wearing ears. Oh my gosh. Hi, Luna. I know I'm not wearing ears. I actually just did a Keto Chow unboxing, and in my box there was this headband, so I wanted to put it on. You went away again, Christina. I don't know if you know that or not. She just went completely away.
Boom! I don't like this. I'm leaving.
She'll be back. But so I just did a Keto Chow unboxing. If you don't know what that is, I've done one before. You can look at my channel. If you do know what that is, well, then you know. You're in the know. Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, I just wanted to be silly. I'm going to take the headband off and put my ears on.
Come on, Christy, put your ears on. It's a good time.
Let's start with this cut.
Oh, a cut.
Ow. It doesn't want to, because my hair's all
pretty.
There we go. Okay. So tonight, we're expecting to be on Kat's channel. Kat had to not do it tonight. She's not feeling great. So I'm hosting, and we have Christina as our guest, who is having technical issues right now. And Kat will be back. She just wasn't feeling great. So our topic today is going to be Disneyland versus Disney World. But before we get into that, since Christina's not on the screen yet and still having technical issues, we're going to go ahead and jump into news. And then when she comes back on after the news, we'll let her tell you a little bit about her channel. You guys have probably heard me mention her a lot because she's one of my best friends. There she is.
And her link is in the chat already. And it's in the description of this video.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. I just went in my phone.
Okay. You might be able to turn it horizontal. I don't know. Maybe.
Am I the wrong way?
No.
You're vertical. Now you're sideways. Maybe not.
I don't think I can change it.
Vertical's fine. No, there she goes.
Christina was dancing on the ceiling there. Hi,
BDF. Hi, Emily Rose. Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so we're going to let Lena start with her news, and then I'll go into mine.
So, as you know, the big game is this weekend. So typically the winning team with the MVP, they're part of the parade at Disney World or Disneyland, depending on what coast it's on. This last year and this year, it was at Disney World, but this year they are not doing a parade. However, the winning team, I think it's normally the MVP, there will be a special I'm going to Disney World commercial that will air Sunday night. So they will not be a parade like normal, but there will still be a special commercial.
Cute. So my news, I utilized DFB. I love them as a resource for things. I'm going to share my screen.
Maybe.
Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay, sure. So, if you haven't noticed, Amorette's is actually doing a mini cake series of all the WandaVision. If you are not caught up on WandaVision, their episode 5 premiered today. I watched it on my lunch break and I really liked it. The first 3 episodes I was not crazy about, but the last 2 I have really liked. This cake is not just plain. It has like a red velvet and yellow cake inside, and I think it has like a creamy inside too. Oh, let's just see, because they usually say what's inside. their 4th cake series to go along with the 4 episode of. So this one's from last week's. They've had the 50s, 60s, and 70s cake. The new cake will take those right back to WandaVision. So they're not saying what the flavor. Oh, here you go. Here's the inside. The flavors. So it's like a red velvet and white cake. These things are $20, tiny, but everything I've heard about, look, I'm getting an ad for MeUndies. Everything I've heard is that it's super, super good. So my other one, oh, she's back. Hold on. Chrome tab. This tab. Give me a second. Let me put Christina back there. She is. Okay, so this one, look, another MeUndies ad. I don't shop at MeUndies or anything. That's what I'm looking for. Totally do. Okay, so you know that castle projections were on the castle back in December. However, DFB has spotted castle projection testing from the Polynesian this past week. So the projections here look to be pretty much the same that I saw during Christmas, but look how red that castle is. Do you think they're going to do like a Valentine's special or something?
Maybe.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's red, so I'm thinking they're going to do something for Valentine's Day.
Is this at Epcot?
No, that's the castle.
That's the castle.
Oh, that's the castle. I can't. My glasses are off.
Put them glasses on.
Looks great.
And I think there was something else down here that I saw. Let me scroll. Oh yeah, here we go. So they're also featuring at Amorette's is soul mini cakes. The petite cakes is what they're called.
Those look really yummy.
They do, but they're so small and they're like $20. Those are probably more. They look a little bit bigger.
That's kind of what Amorette's is, though. All their stuff is like super expensive.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So my sister and I went into there while we were not there in October, and I bought 2 things. And we brought them back to the room and forgot to put them in the refrigerator. And we went to go eat them 2 days later, and they were bad. I was like, dang it.
I would do something like that.
I was so upset.
Me too.
Okay.
I did that last week when I got my that strawberry infused Rice Krispie treat from Disneyland. I literally forgot about it, and it was sitting out for a week, and I was like, oh no, is it going to be stale? But luckily it was still delicious, and I ate it literally a week after, and I was like, thank goodness Rice Krispie treats last a while.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And it was really good.
My StreamYard comments thing's messing up. I'm going to have to go to the actual page and export the comments, pop them out so that I can
Pass holder Trav says he'll be at Magic Kingdom on the 14th.
That is Valentine's Day.
He said he will let us know. And hello to Jesse's Disney
Hi,
Deal.
Jesse.
Welcome in. We're glad you're here. And once again, Christy, your links in the description do not work.
I got to fix them. They're all already scheduled out there, which is why. Oh, it's going to get loud for a second, I think. Yep, there it goes.
My hair is still sticking out.
But I was able to just search everybody. So
Okay, cool.
they're all in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because I use the same template and I've been using.
Maybe it just hates me.
Everyone, thank you for sticking with us as I keep disappearing. This is a great start to a show.
All right.
This is my magic trick for the day. And watch Christina disappear.
No, hopefully that's over.
Wait, do it again, real quick. Wait a
Christine.
a second.
Nope.
Make her disappear.
Wow.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Thank you.
Like I said when we first started, the agenda is going to be Disneyland versus Walt Disney World. Who's going to win? I guess we'll see. I actually spent this afternoon coming up with this list, so it's handmade by me. Hopefully it's okay. But before we get into that, we're going to toss it over to Christina to tell you a little bit about her channel.
Okay. Hi, guys. I am in totally Lunar New Year mode, which is why you guys see a lot of red behind me, but that's not normally my channel. My channel is just very much just Disney oriented. I love talking about Disney, and I do a lot of hauls lately. And I just did my Christmas haul from Disneyland. I just did my January haul from Disneyland. I just did my post-Christmas haul from the Disney store. So there's a lot of hauls. But yeah, I just talk about Disney a lot. And when the parks were open, I was able to go to Disneyland because I live in California, but that is not the case right now. But I try to live vicariously through the experience by going to downtown Disney as much as I can, usually at least once a month. And yeah, so I do a lot of pins, Disney content, Disney hauls, and try to do as much collabs with the community as possible because I love doing collaborations as well. My most recent one was a Lunar New Year themed one, which is why I have all this stuff behind me. And I've gone crazy. If you guys don't know what Lunar New Year is, it's what the Chinese and Koreans and Japanese celebrate for their New Year. And it is next Friday on the 12th. So it's coming up, and I'm excited.
I've never been super interested in Lunar New Year until I saw all your red and gold stuff. And I was like, stop it, Christina.
So
A lot of
pretty.
people have said that. So yeah, and usually California has a Lunar New Year festival, which is why I got into it. Like the sayings behind me, I actually got from California Adventure, and I have this year's Mickey from Lunar New Year because had I gone to the festival, I would have been sporting that as well. But it's just something that's fun to celebrate. And even though I am not Asian at all, if you guys are wondering that, I'm not. I just really like Asian cuisine and Asian culture in general. I've been watching Bling Empire on Netflix. Love that show. The House of Ho on Cinemax, Max, so whatever. My dad told me about that one. But at any rate, yeah, so I'm just really into it. So I just been getting into the spirit, and I like to decorate since we have nothing else better to do right now.
Have you been confused for an Asian before?
Yes, I get confused for every nationality, but yeah.
When I was younger, like a teenager, when I lifeguard all the time in the summer, I would get really, really tan, and I would be confused for a Spanish person. But I also had brown hair. I didn't have blonde hair at the time.
I was going to say, you could be Argentinian.
Yeah, maybe. So on your note about going to Disney a lot, I've been keeping you super busy with going to Disney, and I just unboxed your packages.
Yay!
So that will be an upcoming video. And I unboxed Keto Chow, which is why I have the headband on.
Christy thinks I'm her personal shopper lately.
She's officially my personal
Is
shopper.
she paying you?
And she adds it on.
Where's my money?
She doesn't stop me. Well, if I don't message her while she's there, she'll message me and say, hey, do you want this? Do you want me to get this? Do you want me to get this? And I'm like, quit adding it on.
I try to remember, but I don't always. But if I see like something specific that I know that Christy will like, then I try to reach out to her. And I try to do that to a lot of people in the YouTube community that I know would actually be interested, but not always. Let me know your interest, Lena.
Haunted Mansion. Haunted
Mine
Mansion.
too.
Okay.
Constance is my favorite character. But
I've seen a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff at the outlet lately, but not so much new at the parks.
I had her pick me up so many things that I couldn't remember everything I asked her to pick me up. And I'm sitting here opening this box and like, I don't even know what's in here.
I know. It took forever. Well, the story behind that is that I was supposed to send Christy her box in beginning of January. And instead I sent it at the end of January because my husband had to be quarantined. So I didn't want to touch any of the stuff for weeks. And so Christy, by the time she got the box, was like, oh yeah, I forgot I asked you for that.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I need to pay you for that too. Hi, Katrina. Oh no, don't go away, screen. I need you. Hi, Katrina. Who else came in? Hi, Cynthia. Let's see.
Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Katrina.
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Byron. Thank you. I think I'm caught up. Okay, so I'm going to.
Cynthia asked, where is Sammy?
Sam.
Oh no, where's Sam for Lena?
Yeah. He is doing homework. He works 12-hour days and then comes home and does his college homework. So he is a very tired man.
Homework.
Okay, so this Battle of the Lands, I guess is what we'll call it. Chat, you can participate. We'll keep a tally and we'll move one on. And at the end, we'll see which Disney wins.
Which land will win?
Yeah. So, hi, Jeffrey. Sorry, my back hurts. Oh gosh, it just popped. Did anyone hear that?
Yes, I did. I was like, I think Christy just broke.
Okay.
We pause this stream while we send Christy to the chiropractor.
No, that's so funny because I'll stand up and I'll just like put my hands behind my back and lean back and I'll just crack a million times and anyone around is like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, kind of hurts. Yeah, I'm okay.
Jesse's Disney deal says, Christina, you should put on your Disneyland marquee ears.
They're on the wall. Okay, 1 second.
Okay, so the name of the game. Thank you, Anna Isabel. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that last name. The name of the game for us, everyone can answer in the chat, and I encourage you to so that we can narrow it down. But for us to get to know Christina, when you pick world or land, specify why, and that helps us get to know you more. Oh, yay, Lena's going to tally.
I was going to say, Lena, are you taking notes?
She's going to tally.
It's hard to not go into teacher mode. Sorry.
I feel unprepared. Hold on.
Okay.
So it's world versus land, right?
Yes.
Yep. And I'm talking like all the properties. So you've got Disneyland, both properties, Disney properties at in California, and then all 4 properties. And you can include the water parks if you want, but I didn't include those in my quiz here when you're talking world. We're also talking resorts and restaurants and springs and downtown.
So everything.
Everything. All encompassing. All inclusive. You know. Okay. So first up, entrance. Disneyland entrance or Walt Disney World entrance? Chat, you can vote.
So am I keeping tallies on just Christina's or including the chat?
Including the chat.
Everybody. Let's see what they all say. Otherwise, it'll be a really skewed result.
Yeah.
Okay, for the entrance. I have never been to Disneyland. I've only been to Disney World. So by elimination, I have to vote for Disney World.
Me too.
Okay, so I have been to both.
That's why I'm doing this, because I knew you had been to both.
Should we include international parks too? No, okay.
No.
I haven't been to all of them yet, just most of them. Okay, so World wins because when you are going to Walt Disney World, you have the big signage as you enter the bubble of Disney. You leave the world of Orlando behind you and you enter the world that actually is Disney World. And because of that, the entrance of Walt Disney World wins. Unfortunately, with California Disneyland, you are literally like just in Anaheim, and then like you turn around and then like you're in Disneyland, but you can still see Anaheim. So you're not in a bubble, and I don't like that as much. So for the entrance, I say World.
Okay.
That's my vote.
And the votes are still coming in chat. We actually have one. Jesse's Disney Deals is the only one who has voted for Disneyland so far. Everyone else has voted for Disney World.
So are we safe to move that on then?
I think we are.
World
and I'm
win?
just going to put some stars in the chat so we know that I have looked at everything about that.
Okay, so the next one is the signage. Disneyland sign or Walt Disney World sign?
Again, World.
Disneyland.
Okay.
That's a tougher one, but I like the retro feel of the Disneyland letters.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, the sign wins.
I've never been to Disneyland, but I do know what the sign looks like, and I vote Disneyland.
Okay. Okay.
Candy Mom says she missed it. Which one did you miss, Candy Mom? We talked about the entrance and the sign. Which one do you think is better, Disneyland or Disney World, for both of them?
The signage is actually, oh, no. World is leading by 1.
The kid was playing Legos. Oh, so the sign is close.
It's a hard one because I do love the Disney World sign too, but I just love the retro Disneyland. I mean,
the retroness of it.
It's really pretty. Look at all the letters. It's colorful.
Mhm. Okay. So the next one is Disneyland. And do we have a winner?
I think World.
World won by 1 or by 2.
The next one is Disneyland Font or Disney World Font. And this is like applicable to merchandise. I pick Land. I think it looks prettier.
I'm going to have to actually agree with that. I'm going to go with Land as well.
I'm going to say the opposite.
That's because you're in Disneyland and you can get that anytime you want.
I know. I'm so sick of it. I'm like, I want World. But there's something about, I have the choice of getting a lot of sweaters, whether it's the Disneyland version for Christmas or Disney World. And the same thing with, I just got this multicolored signage with Walt Disney World along the shirt. And I like the way it looks better because it literally says Walt and then Disney across the front and then World on the other sleeve. And for Disneyland, for Disneyland, it was like DISneyland and it looked weird and I didn't like that as much. So I say World.
Okay.
See, I have reasons for my answers.
Well, you're supposed to explain them. You're our guest. It helps us know you better. Not that I don't know you well already.
Get to know me.
Our viewers may not.
So far, Disneyland is leading 4-2.
And if you guys also want to say why you like one over the other, you can too.
Lena, why do you have a bunch of asterisks in your response?
She's doing that to break up the questions and saying, hey, no more answering.
Oh, okay. See, I'm new to this.
It's for me so that I go, okay, I know that everything above
that you tallied about. That makes sense. See, me, I was like, is this some kind of code that I don't know about? I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
she's just cussing.
I'm still dealing with school issues.
I'm like, I just had 2 children. I guess I'm out of the world. I don't know. But
are we good to move on?
I think we're good to move on. 4-2 in favor of Disneyland.
Land? Okay.
I'm curious though if people in the chat can say if they've been to both because I want to know if it's all skewed because everyone's like, I've only been to World, so that's it.
Okay, yeah. So chat, answer, do a 1 if you've only been to one park, do a 2 if you've been to both. So we'll move on to the next question. Downtown Disney or Disney Springs?
Easy.
Easy? Which?
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs? Me
because
too.
it's been expanded. I mean, it's massive. It used to be very similar. The downtown Disneys were very similarly styled, and now they've taken Disney Springs beyond that and made it its own destination. I mean, you can spend an entire day there, 2 days there, and it's just massive. And there's a lot of different things to eat and to explore, and it's beautiful. And it still has like a little bit of the Disney aspect, but it also has like its own like massive mall appeal to it too. So even if you weren't like just trying to go to the Disney parks, you could enjoy yourself there. Whereas downtown Disney in California is very much very similar to like City Walk in Universal. It's like it's a couple of restaurants, a couple of Disney themed things, but it's not that of a themed destination. I mean, I still go there. I still love it, but that's because right now it's my only access to Disneyland. Because our parks will never open.
Happily ever yaddy. So I have a question for you that's off of this topic since we're on it. Do they still have part of the park open for shopping and dining purposes, or is it just downtown Disney?
They just reopened the dining part of California Adventure only as of this past weekend. Otherwise, it was closed from December, late November to January.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could always go shopping there. They never took away the shopping, but they got rid of the food, and the food just reopened as of this past weekend.
Nice. And you can eat there, just outside, right? You don't have to take it to go?
Yeah, you can now eat outside. You no longer have to smuggle things in your purse and then take it outside in the parking lot or whatever.
That's what they were taking. Now it's all squished.
That's what they were making you do before, and it was really frustrating because when I go, I usually bring my my 2-year-old who now just turned 3, but he's still a baby, And, you know, at that age, they don't understand, no, you can't have some water right now. No, you can't have goldfish. You can't have a snack because all the property rules around you say there are absolutely no food or drinks on property. You must consume it at home or off property. So you had to literally leave their gates and then they would allow you to do whatever you wanted. And that's really hard to do for kids. So my kids were not liking it for a while. And to the point where my daughter actually had the choice of going with me or not, like a couple weeks ago. And she was like, nah, I'll stay home. She just didn't want to go. She didn't care.
So I said, welcome in happily ever yachty. Jesse's Disney Deals says that Buena Vista is open for dining, and Katrina says she still calls Hollywood Studios MGM. I hear that a lot, actually. Happily ever, yeah,
she's tipsy,
a little tipsy from happy hour, and she mentioned me in their live. Oh, I hope it wasn't anything bad.
Yes, Jesse said that the popcorn carts have just reopened, and that was such a big deal. I have not been back while the popcorn carts were open at Disneyland, so I'm very excited about that. Bring back the popcorn.
I get that, Cynthia. She's so far away. She just wants to jam the parks out. Like when I go, I have a hard time peeling myself away from the parks too, especially like on my last day. I always go to Universal because I'm an annual pass holder, and we stay so late and end up driving in the middle of the night home.
Same. I mean, if I had the choice, when I go, I usually have a very limited time in which I can go. My next trip, I'm staying for 7 days, which is like the longest I've ever gone to Disney. And I'm really looking forward to that. But normally it's like a 3 or 4 day thing. And I don't go to Disney Springs at all. I try to just be in the parks all day long. Same, Cynthia. Because when you're there, you want to go on rides. You want to be in the park.
Well, I don't know if this was lucky or unfortunate, but when we were there in October, the parks closed early, so we did the best we could to go to Disney Springs as much as
go to both.
Yeah. And I remember one night we were leaving Magic Kingdom, and we were like, let's ride the monorail just to ride it, because we hadn't ridden it. Well, I had, but she hadn't. We rode over to Grand Floridian. We ordered food from the quick service Grand Floridian and just kind of like gorged ourselves on Christmas fall cupcakes and fall poison apple drinks and stuff. And then I got sick because one of them had cinnamon in it, but whatever.
Oh no, you got to call them.
Let's see. You're going in May for the 20th with your hubby and stay at the parks and a day, all day kind of guy. Okay.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Kat.
So I have a story about that. So I haven't even announced it on my channel, but I am going for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and I will be there on opening day. So I'm literally going. They had a promotion right now that if you book between now and I think April, something like that, you will get 2 extra days in your stay. So that's why we're staying for so long. And it was literally until September 26 or something, whatever the last day of that promotion is the first day that we are going to kick off that promotion. And then we extended it so that we would still be there for October 1st. So I'm really excited about that.
I knew about that.
I knew about that.
I
didn't know that you were going, but I knew about the promotion. I knew about something.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Do we have a tally for the Disneyland Downtown Disney versus Springs?
Yes, 4 for Disney Springs, 0 for Disneyland.
Well, nobody Downtown Disney got the hate. Okay, Grand Californian versus Grand Floridian.
Wait, what? The hotels.
Yeah.
Okay. I can never afford to stay at the Grand Californian.
Is it pricier than the Floridian?
It's like $800 a night. Whereas Grand Floridian is usually like $500 a night. No? Well, that's what I've seen it at that rate before.
I know the price that mine was, I didn't pay for it. It was free. If you guys haven't watched my video on how I got a free trip to Disney and got to stay at the Grand Floridian, you should check it out. But when he booked it, he said, this is like $1,000 a night a room.
Well, you were you were also going in December.
That's true.
That's actually pretty normal, though. That's the Floridian is the most expensive resort on
going. if you were going now, like in January, February, the rate would probably be $800 a night at Grand Californian, whereas I feel like it would be a little bit lower at Grand Floridian now. Right, Lena? I don't know what the rate is right now.
We can
Right
look it
now,
up if you want.
right now.
No, you can't. The Grand California is not open. You can't look it up and compare.
Right, but I'm asking her about Florida.
Yeah, I was asking about Florida.
You gonna look it up, Lena?
I'm working on it.
Okay, let her look at it.
I was working on it. I had to
my point was that I've just never been able to stay there ever because I don't have that money.
Me neither. I vote for Grand Floridian because I've never been to the Grand California. Do they look similar?
No, I mean Grand Floridian has this very like
Floridian vibe,
but like an old school open Victorian vibe. Whereas Grand Californian is more, it's more like a upscale cabin type of feel.
Okay.
I mean, it's beautiful. I would make it more like Wilderness Lodge almost. I think.
Really.
Kind of. It's got that like it's still elevated, but it's more like a rustic environment type of look, which is why it opens up to that part of California Adventure. It opens directly into right next to where you can have like the Wilderness Explorer area for kids. And that's basically, it's like the Grizzly Peak area. So that's very much what it is themed after. So they're different aesthetics. I do love the hot cocoa that they bring at the Grand Californian in the holiday time, usually every year. I love it. It's very cozy and wonderful. But I would say Grand Floridian is probably prettier, in my opinion.
Right. I looked up, if we go scroll all the way back
up.
So $700.
Yeah.
It would be checking in on Monday and out Tuesday. The Grand Floridian, just the regular hotel, and this would be like the outer rooms are going to be $655 per night. The villas, which is the DVC side, is $882 for. I can look, but that's probably like a studio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel like the price at Grand California would be closer to the villa price.
Probably. And mainly the reason I think that that's probably pretty accurate is because of the fact that California is more expensive than Florida. So prices are already more elevated in general.
Yeah, our hotels in general are just super pricey. I haven't stayed in any of the official Disneyland hotels. I'd love to someday. It is on my bucket list, but I have not been able to afford it. Whereas I feel like you can get a pretty decently priced room at Florida with some promotions and whatnot. I just never came across that in California so far. Okay, so Passholder Trav agrees with me. He says Grand California is aka Wilderness Lodge West.
Well, I don't know if I would have spent that much money on Wilderness Lodge when you could stay at Wilderness Lodge and spend like $300 a night.
But it's beautiful though. I mean, it is very upscale. If you went there, and I will say they have the best food. In terms of, I don't know if that's one of the questions. I might be going ahead, but the food, the character dining experience that you can do at Grand California is actually one of the most fun character dinings I've ever done.
Well, I do not have character dining on my list, but let's add it further down because I do have something else. So, do we have a tally for this?
Yes. World wins 3-0.
Okay. So the next one is Disneyland Monorail or Walt Disney World Monorail. So does Disneyland's monorail just go inside the park? It's kind of more like a ride rather than a means of transportation.
I don't know if it's my connection, but you're freezing.
You're frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm frozen.
And guys, sorry, I can't add your comments to my screen because something's going on with my chat. Let me see if it's letting me yet. Nope. I can't add your comments to your screen, to my screen, so I'll have to read what you're saying. Christina, are you back?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes. So the question was Disneyland monorail or Walt Disney World monorail? And then my question also is like, because I've never been to Disneyland, does the monorail in Disneyland is it more like a ride and just goes within the park, whereas the ones in Walt Disney World is a means of transportation?
I mean, if you mean by a ride, it goes one stop, then sure. It literally goes through the parking lot, not the parking lot, but like in the street level area of Anaheim, neighboring the parks. it goes into Disneyland, and then it goes right back to the entrance of downtown Disney. So it's just one stop on either end, and that's it. It's really short.
Okay.
Here's the difference. The Disneyland monorail has no air conditioning, so they keep the windows open. But in the summer months and like July and whatnot, if it gets really, really hot, they actually close down the monorail, and it no longer runs past 10 a.m. in the morning for the reasons that it just gets too hot and stuffy in there. And when you go into the Disney World monorail, every time I've ever been, it always smells like BO.
Yeah, it does. Except for when I was there in October and in December, because we were still in cabins by ourselves.
Nice. That is the best thing ever. But yeah. I will say that having compared the two, I would say Disney World monorail, because they don't make you fold up your stroller and all of that. Like, they do make you do that in California, which is super annoying. Things to think about. Yeah. Like when you go into the California one, they're literally like, you must close everything up. And I'm like, we're going one stop. Are you kidding? Whereas in Florida, they just let you roll it on in no matter what. They don't care.
It's almost more like one of the buses at Disneyland. We're here, fold everything up, figure it all out.
Cynthia, we have windows. Candy Mom says that the Disneyland doesn't have windows. There's windows. They just don't have air conditioning.
Okay, let's go on to the next. I'm adding some questions. What is our tally?
World for Land 0.
Okay. A Disneyland train or Walt Disney World train?
Oh, that's easy. Should I let everyone put their answers in first before I answer?
You can answer.
Okay, well, it's definitely Disneyland train. Disneyland train is actually a ride experience in itself. There is a secret that a lot of people don't realize. If you ride the Disneyland train, as you're going back toward the entrance, there's this whole secret land that's not advertised. And it's like you go through the world with dinosaurs. And it's like the original animatronics that were there when Walt built the park. It's awesome. And there's a lot that goes on that little scene. And it's like a fun little diversion. And they do not have that in World. So for that reason, definitely Disneyland. It's a whole experience.
Nice. I didn't know that. I've not been there, and I've not been on the train at Disney World, so I can't vote.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but it's like a nice, unique part of that ride. So it makes riding the train even more fun.
All right. How are we looking? Let's see. What do we got?
It is 3-2.
Dinosaurs.
Land over. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Jessie knows. She's like, yeah, love the dinosaurs.
Okay, so Disneyland Main Street or Walt Disney World Main Street? Because they're not the same. They may be the same, like shops and stuff. I don't really know, but they're not the same because there's a different thing at the end of Main Street.
Even though I haven't been there, I'm gonna have to go to Disneyland because it's where Walt walked.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I am going to say Disney World. That was a really hard thing to say, but because Disney World has the barber shop, which is like the coolest thing ever, and they do not have that in Disneyland, but there is a working barber shop in Disney World that you can go and get your hair cut. If you're an adult or a kid, doesn't matter. They can give you some sprinkle of pixie dust. It's amazing.
Yep.
Is it not working?
Yeah, it's not working.
Do they have Bibbidi Boppidi Boopidi?
Yeah, they have it in both. They have it inside of by the castle in Disneyland.
I be a Mario thing.
Do you hear my son?
Aww.
He wants to watch videos of the monorail train.
Oh.
Oh no, it's not working.
It's not working. I'll fix it.
Oh no, it's no more.
Too cute.
So what's our tally?
World 1, 4-2.
What's bony pink?
So land one?
No, I want bony pink.
Okay, this one's gonna be hard. Disneyland Castle or Disney World Castle?
I'm gonna have to go with Florida. I'm gonna have to go with World.
And I have a bonus question when it comes to castles. If in this one specifically to Disney World, new castle or old castle?
A
Okay.
cake castle.
Mommy,
No cake
Yes,
castle.
I want them to bring the cake castle back for the
No.
50th because I wanted to go see that so bad when I was a kid.
It
and
was
my
so
dad said,
cheesy.
"No." I know, that's the best part. Cake castle. Bring back the cake castle.
So
Disney, if you are listening, do not listen to Lena. She knows not what she speaks of.
so Christina, which castle, Disney World or Disneyland, in Old Castle or New Castle?
Okay, so my answer is Tokyo Disneyland's castle.
Oh my gosh, that one looks
Mommy, I did this.
Because it's massive. It's massive. And it's just like Cinderella Castle, but like 3 times bigger. I say Cinderella Castle because it's huge. When you go to Disneyland for the first time, having been to Florida, a lot of people's first reaction is, huh, that's it? And I'm not even kidding. I've heard people say that. So yes, Disney World. Sorry.
He's so cute. Guys, put hearts in the chat for Christina. That's so cute.
so. Since you
Sorry.
picked World, I picked World too because I haven't been to Disney. Old Castle or New Castle? I am perfect with New Castle.
Oh no, I missed. What's that again?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in person, so I'm going to reserve my judgment until I have a chance to see it in person. I can't answer that question. I'm neutral.
Okay.
Cake castle. She really likes the cake castle.
No.
I'm not gonna know.
Cynthia's even saying the cake is horrible.
Do we have any tallies for both of these?
I did not take old or new, but I did the castle World won 6-1.
Okay.
I think actually my first memories of going to Disney World as a kid were when the cake castle was around. And I remember thinking, whoa, it's pretty. And then when they took it out, I was like, wow, that looks so different. But I actually kind of liked it better. The birthday cake lasted forever and it just looked really cheesy. And they didn't really do that much with it. That was like Michael Eisner time. You're bringing it way back, Lena.
Way back. Old Castle has the most votes in the chat.
Okay.
I would say probably Old Castle too, because I think the new castle looks a little bit like Sleeping Beauty Castle now. It looks like Disneyland's version of the castle. And they didn't need to do that because they had the grand scale going for it, and Cinderella's colors are amazing. Bring back Cinderella. However, again, I have to go there in person and see it for sure in
I
person.
feel like the new color looks good against a sun. It looks way better against the sunset.
I agree. That one photo you put on Instagram looked beautiful.
Thanks. I like to put photos on Instagram. I need to do some more today because I've only posted like 2 today. So
Lena, you and your hashtag bring back the cake castle.
New Orleans Square or Liberty Square? I had to do research on this today. I'm like, I know nothing about Disneyland. Let me research it.
That's a really hard question because I love both areas. Liberty Square, that's my favorite food place in all of Magic Kingdom. It's the what's it called?
Columbia Harbor House.
Columbia Harbor House. Thank you. I always I forget the word, but Columbia Harbor House is the best food in all of Magic Kingdom. You heard it here first. But New Orleans Square is also like the best food in all of Disneyland and a really cool, unique area. And because it's shaped like New Orleans, which I've never been to, but I always wanted to go, and you actually feel like you're in New Orleans, I'm going to say New Orleans Square. But that's a really tough question.
Hey, Downscale. Cynthia says to meet her there in 57 days. And then I was going to say, don't hate people, but I like Pecos Bills better than Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah, I'm with Lena. Boo!
You're getting the teacher eyebrow, Christy. The teacher eyebrow.
When I was at Columbia Harbor House, I got what everyone suggested to get, and I got the crab sub thingy.
The lobster roll?
Yeah, the lobster roll, that thing, whatever.
The crab sub thingy.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And
wait, you're saying you got the lobster roll and you did not like it?
No, I liked it, but it was more lettuce than anything else. It was lettuce and bread and like a teeny bit of lobster.
You got a bad portion.
Yeah. But when I went to pay those bills, I was granted I was very hungry. I was like salivating over the food. I was
Kat says, LOL, crab something. Lord, child.
Mommy, I miss.
I think it was celery. I think that's what you're talking about.
Mommy,
Yes.
I miss.
Oh, it's okay.
I think Disneyland is going to
New Orleans Square.
Mommy,
Yeah,
can
Cynthia says the lobster roll was so overrated.
Sam's had the lobster roll several times and really enjoys it.
He wants your attention.
Bam!
Mommy!
He wants to play a bowling game with me right now. I'm like, I can't bowl with you.
What's our tally for New Orleans Square versus Liberty Square?
Land has 1 and World has 0.
Okay, so Land moves us on.
What? Nobody liked either land?
I
didn't vote.
I've never been to Disneyland, but like I told you, I did my research for this. I really like the aesthetic of Disneyland's New Orleans Square.
It's beautiful. It's really nice, and it's like you kind of feel like you're walking on an old New Orleans street. He did a great job with that.
I would actually have to say Land as well because I love the Southern Plantation look of the Haunted Mansion. And that would be like my dream house too. Like,
I love both of them. I like the plantation look, but I also like the way that it looks in Florida and with the headless horse carriage in the front too.
We're
like
getting there. We're getting there.
Hold on.
Fun
Fun fact. That
Send me the
carriage
question in advance so I don't like
was actually in a John Wayne movie, The Sons of Katie Elder.
Okay.
What's interesting? Okay, this one's kind of a dirty one. Disneyland bathrooms or Walt Disney World bathrooms?
Why is this even on the freaking question?
I don't know, because we have interesting bathrooms at Disney World. I don't know if Disneyland does.
I'm saying Disney World because we have the Rapunzel bathrooms. If you take the Keys to the Kingdom tour, Magic Kingdom, the Rapunzel bathrooms are actually part of the tour.
Nice.
That was a very awkward part of the tour.
I try not to spend that much time in bathrooms, so I'm going to say World, and this is a weird question.
She answers by protest.
Let me tell you, I have seen some interesting bathrooms. The zoo here locally where I live, one of the bathrooms has monkeys, live monkeys in there. And you can see them through the glass and you're sitting there peeing and you're like, hi, monkey, quit staring at me.
This question only makes sense because Christy does everything in the bathroom. She brings her phone in there with you and she's just like, I'm peeing, but what's up? And no one else does that.
You're on the phone with me. And I'm like, I've been on the phone with you for 20 minutes. I haven't gone to take my regular pee. You're just coming in the bathroom with me.
I've done that with my sister.
I usually hang up and then I call the person back.
Downscale says that there are several wonderful bathrooms at Walt Disney World other than the ultimate bathroom themed Tangled.
Kat says, my husband says it's my favorite ride. I'm assuming the bathroom. And she goes, oh, heck, boo, the monkeys be judging me.
I'm like, why are there monkeys in the bathroom? And I waited until everyone left the bathroom and I took a picture facing, I took a picture of the monkeys and took a picture of the bathroom. It was like, why? I posted it on Instagram last time, probably back in, not this December, but the December before that when we were last there. I wasn't last there. I don't remember. Everything's closed. You can't go anymore.
Hello, Kaylee.
We have potty mouths. That's funny. What was the bathroom response?
Anyone who is entering the chat right now, I apologize.
4-0 in favor of Disney World bathrooms.
All right. Okay, this one's fun. Disneyland overlays or Walt Disney World overlays? Because I know the Haunted Mansion has that Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. So,
and if you are wondering, yes, Disney World does have overlays, but they're typically only during the parties.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, what overlays am I comparing it to? I'm trying to remember.
Space Mountain has an overlay during the Halloween party.
And
turn out all the lights.
I like that. Okay.
Living with the Land at Epcot, they put Christmas lights up in the tunnel.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
That's
What
actually
else?
a more recent. That's been like the last couple of years.
Space
Okay.
Mountain also does green and red Christmas lights on the Christmas overlay.
Yeah.
The Teacups does
Yeah.
an overlay for both Halloween and Christmas. They use Halloween music and lights and Christmas music.
Christmas music lights. And Space Ranger spent maybe the Alien Swirling Saucers does a Christmas overlay. You will either get Christmas music or the Toy Story music.
Okay. It's time to. Yes, Nicholas. All right, so I'm going to answer now that I've had that explained to me. The overlays at Disney World are lame. Only because they're just musical or light oriented. I do really like Space Mountain in the Dark. That was cool during Halloween. I really did like that. However, we also had over in California, they had the whole ghost chasing you aspect too. So we had an overlay there as well. I think there's more imagination in the overlays done in Disneyland. You can't beat Nightmare Before Christmas on the Haunted Mansion ride. It works on its own completely, despite what Lena's doing right now. Like, even if you're not an NBC fan, it's a really cool experience to have that aspect of the ride reimagined.
Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Wishing Mouse.
No.
Pirates does have an overlay too. Yes, Travis.
Yes,
Pirates
okay.
has an overlay. Alice in Wonderland bathrooms in Disneyland. No one mentioned that earlier, but cool. So how we're looking for overlays?
Overlays Disneyland 3-1.
Okay. All right. So Disneyland Parade.
I would also go back to the overlay. I would count the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror theme as an overlay. I'm hoping that that's just temporary, and that's cool too. But I'm hoping they bring back the original ride eventually, someday.
I don't think they will, because that mug that I got,
one can hope.
that mug that I got has the Tower of Terror for the Marvel, just like land, whatever it's called, Marvel campus. So Disneyland Parades or Walt Disney World Parades? Boot to you and you and you.
Yeah, Booty Use is awesome. I'm gonna say Disney World because of that, and also the cavalcades that's going on right now they're fun to look at. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a parade person, so I skip them whatever coast I'm on. But the world ones are kind of more unique, maybe.
I will say, seeing the cavalcades in person, they come along more often. They're shorter, so they don't close down the roads. They just say, people go to the side, go to the side. I like the cavalcades much better than the parade, because I don't want to take
they're shorter.
an hour out of my day to sit there and wait for the parade and then have to wait on all of those people walking around to get it through anywhere. The cavalcades are much easier to maneuver around, and you get a little short glimpse of a couple of characters you want to see. When we were eating at Pecos Bill's, we couldn't see them, but we were only there for 45 minutes, and 3 cavalcades came through.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I love how frequent it is too. I'm laughing because Candy Mom Cynthia said, "Let's trade towers." I would do that in a heartbeat. You can take our tower. I want Tower of Terror back.
No. Leave my tower alone.
Marvel aspects aren't allowed this side of the Mississippi due to Universal Florida. Yeah, it was part of.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Did you know?
Well, not all Marvel. Like, we have, Disney can use all the rights to Black Panther, because Black Panther was after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So they can put Black Panther in Florida. They can put Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel in Florida.
Doctor Strange.
And Doctor Strange, yeah.
Fun fact, when the Tower of Terror was first built at Hollywood Studios MGM, it was actually supposed to be dual purpose. The front part was actually supposed to be the ride, which we currently have, and the back was going to be a 1930s themed resort inside of the theme park.
I actually heard about that.
They scrapped it because they thought that people would not want a resort inside of a theme park.
What?
Dumb.
I'm like,
but yeah,
I
wish they would have done that.
Yeah.
I would have paid big bucks to stay in the Tower of Terror.
And could you imagine getting because I don't remember where I was reading, but like there were concepts for like there would be a restaurant and you would have to dress in 30s garb to go in the restaurant.
Yeah.
There was going to be a speakeasy and you would have to it was themed. You had to dress 30s era to go to stay there and to do all the things at the resort. And I'm going, just take my money, Disney, and build it.
Take it. Just take it.
I think D23 did a whole like expose about it a couple of years ago. But yeah, it sounded amazing. I would have definitely enjoyed that experience too. I don't know why they thought like it'd be too spooky for some people. Sometimes Disney gets it wrong. Let's just say that.
Of speakeasies, have you guys been to Enzo's Hideaway Bar?
No, but I want to go.
I loved it. I will say it's kind of pricey for the little amount of food you get, but if you just keep asking for bread, you'll fill up because the bread's free.
Well, and then at one point they had talked about like where the photo area was, like right before you go into like, the gift shop, they were going to put like a bar type area there because they already had the counter there. But people complained that their kids would be exposed to alcohol.
But that entire park has alcohol everywhere. There's a baseline tap house there. Speaking of that, their food's good too.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, people. And they're like, well, we're going to have a set. They were going, if I remember correctly, they were going to have a separate exit that would bypass it. And it would go into the gift shop from another direction. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things.
So what's our tally for parades?
3-0.
Walt Disney World?
Yep.
I would say that I'm still trying to get to Skipper Canteen eventually.
I've been there twice.
I've never been there. It looks and sounds amazing. So that's like my to go to.
It's really good. I'll post pictures. Remind me. I'll post pictures on Instagram. I got some food pictures.
Okay.
Disneyland at night or Walt Disney World at night? Think of like, it's not just Disneyland. It's all of Disney in California and all of Disney in Florida. I was thinking about it, and I would really love to take a picture of the Pixar Pier area at night and the Incredicoaster and stuff like that. All of that stuff at night, I think it would just be beautiful.
I would like to get a photo of the apartment at the firehouse, Walt's apartment.
You have to take a tour for that.
Too.
Okay, so I'm going to say Disneyland at night as well. For different reasons, because you can stand outside of Disneyland in between both Disneyland and California Adventure, and you're not even be in the park, and you can see the fireworks show, and that is the most like the funnest thing that you could ever see. You can also see it from the parking lot, which is also awesome. So if you're just looking for like a dose of fireworks when the parks were open, you could see that, and that's pretty cool.
A park is open.
Disclaimer or like side note: when the parks were open, do we have a tally on that one yet?
Yep, 3-2 in favor of land.
Okay. We were like, World was like way ahead. Land's creeping up. Okay. Mark Twain Riverboat or Liberty Square Riverboat. I'm telling you, I did my research. Never been to Disneyland, and I'm throwing out names of boats.
I've never been on either one of those boats.
Me neither.
The boat is like my least favorite thing to do when I have a whole bunch of other rides that are looming in front of me. So yeah, like when I was little, my parents used to take the ferry to Magic Kingdom, and that was pure torture. My son is screaming next to me. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm not really the biggest boat person. So I would say Disneyland just because it looks prettier in pictures, not having actually been on either myself.
Christina, he's not bothering us, by the way.
You know, he doesn't bother me any. Do we have a tally on the riverboat yet?
Yes, 4-1 in favor of land.
Interesting. Okay, Disneyland Pirates or Walt Disney World Pirates?
He doesn't want to leave my side. Okay, there are two different rides completely.
But you're welcome, Jeffrey. You take beautiful pictures of your ocean views, rises and sets.
I will say Disneyland Pirates has the awesome extra scene with the you're in the middle of the action where you're literally between both the pirate sides, and they're like just throwing the cannons across you, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. So that's really neat. However, I love the Disney World version too. It's a shorter ride, but Disney World actually gave it a little bit more of a ride aspect. And I'm a thrill ride person, and in Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean, you have that sharp downhill, drop, and I love drops. I love the anticipation of that, and you don't have that in California. In California, you go down for 2 seconds, and then you're like,
she froze. Hi, Galactic Knight. Welcome in.
It was like perfect timing too. It was funny.
So I think she was voting for World.
I think she was too. It's actually tied at the moment.
Okay. Well, I would vote World because I haven't been to Land.
I'm voting World as well.
So I think World is more. I hear him. She's not frozen for long. We can hear him. All right. Disney.
Am I frozen?
No, you were.
Disneyland Haunted Mansion or Walt Disney World Haunted Mansion? I will say I haven't been to Disneyland, but I do like the hat ghost, the
hat box ghost.
Yeah, I can't talk today, but I like the aesthetic of from an outside perspective. I like the aesthetic of World better than Land.
I'm going to go with Land because, like I said earlier, I love this southern plantation look.
I'm going to go with World because I feel like the queue is never as long as it is in Disneyland, and I hate waiting in lines. And that's my sole reason. You literally have to wait like at least 20 minutes on average at Disneyland in California, whereas Disney World, it's like a walk-on.
When have you been to Disney World? It's a walk-on.
Walk-on.
Freaking pandemic, it's not been a walk-on.
Right, I'm exaggerating, but it normally is less of a wait, I feel like, than Disneyland. Disneyland's line's always so long. I don't know.
I didn't ride Pirates or Haunted Mansion my first trip to Disney World because the waits were always 85 minutes or longer.
When were you going?
I was in October.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. If you go in the off season, it's not so bad.
There's no off season.
Yes, there is. If you go in January, that's an off season. That's why they added the Festival of the Arts, because it was downtime for them.
World won 4-2.
Okay.
Plus, I love that carriage. That carriage in the front.
So I did this pair up because of the history. So Mr. Toad's in Disneyland or Pooh's ride in Walt Disney World, which used to be Mr. Toad's.
I'm going with World because I love Winnie the Pooh. No, Christina. Christy.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is a strange ride.
Well, Pooh's strange too. I feel like should have been getting high when I'm on it.
They are both kind of strange, but Mr. Toad's is a strange ride. Like you literally meet the devil, you die. It's strange. So I'm gonna go
Haunted Mansion too.
Yeah, but then you were like, you have these fun ghosts laughing next to you. That's not what happens in Mr. Toad.
So it's a scary ride for kids. She froze again. Let's see. It looks like Toad's is winning.
Is the Pooh or Bear replacement better?
So I compare the Pooh ride to like the weird ride in Universal, where I feel like I should have been on drugs just riding.
Which ride is that?
God, it's in the kiddie section. It's in Seuss Landing. It's a ride in Seuss Landing, and you're riding it, and I'm like, we go in this like dark area, and there's a bedroom door and there's a lady's leg sticking out of the bedroom. I'm like, that's creepy and kind of dirty. So I don't know. Like Pooh's just, I feel like I should be high when I run there.
Can I admit something bad? I honestly don't remember the last time I went on the Pooh ride either. I honestly don't remember it that much. Yeah, the bowling balls are great. But yeah, so I don't remember riding. I don't remember the ride that well. But
I did it.
yeah, these are hard questions.
I did it.
You did it. Good
I'm
job.
doing a good job then. What's our tally for the
Tied 2-2.
did I vote?
Huh?
Did I vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Christina hasn't.
Christina, Toad or Pooh?
Oh, I did vote. Maybe I broke up at that point. I had originally said Pooh, but I'm actually going to go back and say Toad because
Okay.
at least Toad is more memorable to me. I just don't remember the Pooh ride that much.
Toad wins 3-2.
Yes, Jeffrey. The Pooh ride is what changed the Toad ride changed into Pooh. And as soon as you come into the ride, if you look off to the left, you can see Mr. Toad handing the owl the deed.
See, I don't even know that. That is how long it has been since I've been on that ride.
Okay. Disneyland or Disney World Small World?
Disneyland. There's no question. Disneyland, you go outside. You can't compete with that. It looks more beautiful because you have the whole fancy exterior. That's what, whenever they make Small World merch, they usually model it after Disneyland's version versus Disneyland version versus Disney World because it's just a lot more iconic.
Have to agree with that.
However, I am mad that Disneyland's version does not have all the different cultures at the end like Disney World does. Like, it literally only says goodbye in maybe 2 or 3 languages, whereas in Disney World, you have every single language like written, well, not every single language, but so many different languages spelled out there, and I've always really enjoyed that aspect. I wish Disneyland would have that a little bit more. Maybe they just ran out of space. I don't know.
I will say that when we were on it over Christmas in 2019, the music stopped playing, so it was like dead silent for a few minutes as we were just drifting through the side of walls. And finally, somebody got their phone out in our boat and started playing the music. She's like, "I was just a little too creeped out."
In Disney World or Disneyland?
World.
In World.
Mommy, I did it.
The
That's her son. So freaking cute.
The last 2 times I rode World, there was like some family in front of me from, I don't know, from Colombia or something, and they were all loud and jumping like up and down on the boat to the point where people complained about it when we got off the ride. They were upset that they were kind of messing up the experience. But that's literally the last 2 times it was like that, and then I had a family like they dropped their camera in the water on that ride. So we had to stop the ride a little bit too.
Oh no.
Fun stories about Small World in Florida.
What's our tally on the Small World?
5-1 in favor of land.
Okay. Space Mountain, world or land?
I think she did it downscale. No, that's just my son trying to be the champion, I guess.
I do not like Space Mountain, so I am not voting on this one.
Wait, what was the question? I missed it.
Space Mountain.
Which one's better? That's another hard question. I like them both. I like all the Space Mountain.
She froze.
Maybe I should have been keeping tallies about how many times she froze tonight.
What? What is wrong with my connection today? It's so
we
weird.
We got you back.
I was saying that the best Space Mountain is actually in Paris because you have a launch, a takeoff that's kind of similar to Rock and Roller Coaster, and I love that.
Okay.
They call it Space Mountain too. But if we're talking about the ones here, the one in California, you get to sit next to your partner. So that's fun. Whereas the one in Florida, you're sitting single file, and that's annoying. However, I do like the ride of Florida better, and I like it in the dark. So I will say Florida.
Okay.
Hard question.
Christy?
So Downscale says Land Space Mountain was built later in Disneyland and it was refurbished. Walt Disney World is great, but it needs attention. Yeah, I hate the cars. I've never been to Disneyland, so I have to resort to Disney World on that one.
Disney World wins 4-3.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my internet tonight. But yeah, there's something to be said about the social aspect. You get to sit next to your friend or your family member, whoever, on Disneyland's version, and you don't get to do that in Florida.
Cynthia says every time Christina freezes, we all take a shot.
Take a drink.
I already finished all my.
I'm almost done.
I got a different drink. So the next one.
Another shot when Christy says I've never been. Well, we're all gonna be real happy after this stream.
What are the difference between these? One is on the ground and one is elevated. So Disneyland or World Astro Orbiter.
They both suck. What? Okay, if anyone saw, probably you didn't see it, but I did a vlog of one of the last times Disneyland was open, from last January or so, or February, and I went on Astro Orbiter for the first time in like 10 years, and I swear that ride terrified me. I thought I was going to die. It got so steep and narrow, and then we were flying about, and I was like, woo, every time. So I don't know. I've aged out of Astro Orbiter. My son loved it, however. He had a blast.
I don't like it either.
It's underground in Florida. What was it? What did you say?
No, one is on the ground, like level with the ground, and one is elevated.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's even higher in Florida. But I haven't been on the one in Florida in so long because that line is always crazy. I would much rather go on the People Mover.
It's because they have to go up an elevator that only has like 10 people.
That takes forever.
There.
Yeah. So I probably hadn't been on that ride in Florida since I was a kid too, for that reason.
World.
It's fun seeing the view.
But you're going so fast you can barely see the view.
You can keep that view all to yourself. I will happily keep my feet on the ground and I'll eat a caramel apple while I wait on you.
So do you want a tally for Orbiter?
I will stick with my original answer of they both suck.
Me too. World wins 2-0.
Okay. All right. So Radiator Springs Racers or Test Track?
If you're talking about the original test track wins hands down. If you're talking about that mess of a ride they have currently, then Radiator Springs, because the new test track has no theming and it's a terrible ride.
Well, Christy, what do we do?
Let's base it off the current test track because I've not ridden anything but the current test track.
Then Radiator Springs.
I have to say, I am sad that I didn't get to do the older version with like the heat room and the cold room and stuff, but I really do find it fun to design like your car. And my husband and I always design ours individually, so that we can
Daddy, call me
soon. I mean, yeah, Lena, you're at a huge disadvantage though because you don't know the original context of that ride. It used to have a point to all the different things that happens on that ride. The video that led into it, like if you can watch it on YouTube, you can find people that have the whole video, and it just makes so much more sense. Like there was a whole scene about let's use the brake system to make sure that our vehicle operates properly and that the crash dummy doesn't crash. And that's why you have that like jerky moment, and then you have the one that it's more controlled. Now you do it and they're like 10%, calculating 20%. And you're like, what 20%? Like what, who cares? There's no point to any of the things that happen. And at the end of the video in the original version that used to be, they would say, let's add one more surprise. Let's add one more obstacle. And they're like, surprise us. And the guy randomly picks the one that says crash dummy crashes. And the audience knows, but the person in the video doesn't know. So you're like, oh my God, we're going to crash. And that's the whole point of the end when you're like, woo! Now it's just like you're going fast. There's no reason. So I like Radiator Springs because there's a whole theme. It is Cars Land themed, and it is amazing. And it's fun. I actually just posted a short version of it on my channel like 2 weeks ago if you guys want to see it.
I did notice, like, as you're going...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Trav says, I prefer original test track, but Radiator Springs Racers is just so well themed. The test dummy storyline was much better. So much better, excuse me.
Yeah,
Agreed,
I've
Trav.
noticed in the ride that there's like empty rooms. They're just like black.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. And that must be from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new ride does have some empty rooms too because they took off some of the previous course. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know there is that whole design aspect, which is cool, but they could have done the design aspect with the original ride. There was no need to retheme it.
Yeah.
Like my husband and I were talking about this recently because we were talking about our upcoming trip, and he was like, "Test Track is such a crap ride." He was just so disappointed with it, and he doesn't normally get that passionate about these things. He's just like, they ruined that ride.
So Jeffrey asks, when did they retheme Test Track? I know it's been rethemed at least since 2017 because that's the first time I wrote it, and it's in the theme that it is now.
I want to say it happened around 2014 or maybe slightly just before that happened. It was like the past couple. It hasn't been that long, but it was a terrible move.
Before September of 2014 because that was our first trip. And it was the design that it is currently.
Yeah. I remember I went there probably 2012, I think was a trip, and it might have been the original version then. I can't remember. So it was pretty recent.
Radiator Springs wins 4-1.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, my ears were on my keyboard and then they just started making stuff all over my computer screen. Okay, next one is Guardians or TOT?
I already answered that. TOT! TOT! Bring it back!
The whole design art aspect of Test Track, it's just annoying, and I could personally care less for that entire aspect of the attraction. Me too, 100% agree with that. I hate designing the car. I know.
You can actually ask to skip it.
I skip it. If you have a fast pass, you skip it anyway. I don't see any appeal to designing in the car.
You can actually tell them that you want to skip the design part, and they'll just put you through. Similar to at Haunted Mansion, if you have younger kids, that during normal times where you gather in the room and like the lights go out, if that will scare your kids, you can tell them that you want to skip it, and they'll just put you through to the ride.
Good to know.
Is there a question about your least favorite ride in any Disney park? Because I have my answer for that.
No, because this or that, not give me your least favorite ride.
Okay, least favorite space themed this or that. Oh, what did you say? Mission Space, terrible ride.
Oh gosh, my sister had me ride the orange version last time we were there, and the first time the time before I rode the green.
I would die.
That orange version, I sat there in the seat after it came up because I couldn't get up or I was going to throw up. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
No, just leave me here. I'll be around in a little bit.
TOT for all around theming, but Guardians is actually a very fun attraction. Guardians. So there's.
I went out.
Two TOT, one Guardian, and 3 of us picked TOT. So I think
TOT wins.
World moves on. All right. So from my research, I have found out that the Indiana Jones ride has the same ride system as the dinosaur ride. So I compared these two, Indiana Jones or dinosaur. I did my research.
I haven't ridden the one because obviously I haven't been to Disneyland, but I've seen it on YouTube. And I actually like the look of that ride better than Dinosaur. So my vote is for Land.
All of you are dinosaur haters. I happen to love the Indiana Jones ride, and Dinosaur is actually one of my favorite rides in Disney World at all. It's my favorite ride in Animal Kingdom, besides Kilimanjaro Safari. I will say that Dinosaur, however, is my favorite ride because it is hilarious how many people who've never been on that ride will get.
She froze.
I'm gonna take a drink.
No, I went out. I have tricked my friend into sitting in the right spot so that when she is looking, the T-Rex is right in front of her, and it is so funny. I think it's hilarious.
Aww.
So
never ride with Christina.
I have that devious side of me, but I think that the dinosaur ride is so much fun because of the whole dinosaur aspect. I like dinosaurs. Indiana Jones, I love that ride. However, I cannot tell you how many times it breaks down per day where you're in the line and you think you're going on it, and then they're out. It's broken down, and it happens so regularly that they should have figured out how to fix it by now. That because of that, Indiana Jones goes down in points for me. I've been on that ride multiple times where the sound was off, and we were just like in the motions, not even knowing what's going on. So it kind of dinosaur is better.
The ride breaking down right before you go on, and once while I was on it, happened 4 times to me on Test Track.
I've been in line for Test Track when there's rain in the vicinity, and everyone they're just like, sit down. You'll be here a while.
Yeah, that's happened to me too.
Yeah, Test Track has broken down a lot, but luckily never when I was about to go on it.
We've been evacuated from Test Track once,
Oh,
but
no.
it was right there, like where they push the button for you to go, like right before it starts. That's where we were evacuated, so we weren't like in the ride yet.
We were right at that like real steep ramp before you turn, and there's like the vehicle up ahead, and there's kind of like a door over here. We were right there, and so they were scanning our magic bands to give us fast passes.
So I've had that happen where we were in the queue, and right when we got up those, like, because you have to go up the stairs, then down the stairs again, like right there when the doors to the left. Yeah, same area. The ride broke down. They're like, oh, you have to come back, but at least they give you that return pass to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they gave us 2 because they scanned our bands and saw that we, like, anyone who had used a fast pass to go through the ride was given 2 of them to replace the fast pass that we had used, and then the return one. So I thought that was really cool.
So
so here's a this or that category that's not official. I'm sure you haven't had this question, Christy. It's just based on experience. Which park, Disneyland or Disney World, is better at fast pass giving out? And that is Disney World. Disneyland, you'll be on the ride and they don't even give you a pass to come back half the time. So Disney World gets points for that.
So Indiana Jones or dinosaur, which one?
Indy.
Oh, okay. Land.
Good
weather. If there's lightning within 10 miles of the Walt Disney World Resort, they shut it down. Okay, the next one is the Matterhorn or Everest?
I love both rides. That is so hard. I will say Everest because you have the whole going backwards aspect of the ride that is so unique, and it is scary every time. I get whiplash on that sometimes where I just have to remember to eat after that ride, or else I'll get sick. Or I'll feel a little nauseous with that whole like backwards motion. Matterhorn, however, is a really fun, rickety old ride. It's one of the original rides when Disneyland first opened. And if you're looking for a fun thrill ride where you get whipped around, it's always good for fun kicks and giggles. But Disney World's going backwards with the Everest is just, it beats it. So I say that. Plus their Yeti is a lot more realistic because the one in the Matterhorn is so like fake at this point because it was there from the 50s that it's like, oh, it's so scary. Not really.
Fun fact, the gondola system that is no longer in Disneyland used to go through the Matterhorn.
I will have to say neither. Y'all can go ride, and I will find me a drink, a Dole Whip with rum, and I will wait on y'all at a little chair over here.
Mommy.
Pass holder Trav is correct. Space Mountain in Walt Disney World is kind of similar to Matterhorn in California.
What is our tally? We got Everest.
Everest 2 wins.
Yeah, Everest is memorable.
Wins.
Here we go.
But it's funny because Matterhorn's actually my favorite ride out here in Disneyland. So when I can go on it, I'm like, yay!
Disneyland meet and greets or Walt Disney World meet and greets?
Disney World, because Disney World actually has fast passes for it. Disneyland only has one fast pass for their meet and greet. So I just do it that way to save time.
Downscale. The biggest and best animatronic developed broke the foundation of the ride. It was within. That's a pretty fantastic animatronic. Yeah, so it's been stationary for years. They just do strobe lights. The Disco Yeti. Meet and greets. I am going with World, of course.
Okay, I did too. World wins 5-0.
All right. The next one, the Golden Horseshoe or the Diamond Horseshoe?
Neither, because the food at the Diamond Horseshoe is horrible.
Golden Horseshoe. That's Disneyland, right? Disneyland has the whole show. You go in there and then they have like this whole like, howdy partners, let's do a show. And it's so cute and like random. And I love the ice cream sundaes there, and they have chicken nuggets with honey mustard sauce. So why not? I will say Golden Horseshoe. Okay. Plus, it's right across from a pin trading and pin selling area, which is also great news for me. So win-win.
We knew there had to be a real reason why that was okay.
I'm just telling you all the reasons. I had my reasons before I started with the pins. Now my reasons now.
I haven't been to either of them.
And it leads to the pathway to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in Disneyland, which is one of my favorite rides as well.
Land won 2-1.
Okay. The next one is character dining, World or Land.
I'm going to have to go with World because that's the only one that I've experienced.
I'm going to have to go with World because even though it's a fishy smelling restaurant, they do have that Trattoria Al Forno in the boardwalk area where you can meet Ariel and Prince Eric and Rapunzel and Ryder.
Pro now?
No, that's somewhere else.
It's called
the boardwalk.
Yeah, it's Trattoria Al Forno is the restaurant, and it's called Storyteller something. I don't know.
Okay.
It used to be Cat Cora's restaurant.
That was a long time ago, though. But yeah. But I will say that restaurant smells like fish, and I don't know if that's like a scent that they decided to infuse in the space, and it's just like it's not necessary. Like, let's get rid of the fishy smell.
I don't think it smells like that. I don't think it smells like fish.
Oh my god, it smelled so bad. I've only been there once, but it smelled so bad to the point where I was like, did they leave out some bad like fish from the night before?
Maybe it was a seafood night.
But we went in the morning. I mean, it's a brunch. It was weird. But it was still.
I could eat brunch and smell fish. I'm like, wow, this pancake tastes like fish because that's all I smell.
It didn't matter.
Cakes.
Prince Eric was there. That was all that mattered. So I was like, hi.
Do you smell like fish? Can I smell you today?
I have never been to Goofy's Kitchen in Disneyland, Jesse. I have to say that the menu has never appealed to me. I've seen pictures of it, and it always looks like bad buffet food.
So do we have a tally for that one?
Yep, 3-1 in favor of World.
Okay, the next one is signature dining.
Plus, going back to that, you also have the actual dining experience in Cinderella's castle with all the princesses, and that's a unique experience that you can only get in Disney World. So I say that too.
Okay. So you vote World for signature dining?
No. I guess that counts for signature dining. I was talking about the character dining experience. Signature dining, I do say World because I've never actually eaten at a signature dining place in Disneyland. I have Blue Bayou on my list to go to, as well as Carthay Circle, and I've never been to either one. It's on my list. However, my favorite place to eat in all of Disney property ever is at Le Cellier, which is a signature dining in Epcot. So, yes. And Jico is really good, too.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. I love Jico.
So, World.
Yeah,
World is all about the food. I mean, you can just go anywhere and have a really good. Well, you can't go anywhere. You have to know which places to go to. But you could go to every park and have a good dining experience if you do your homework and your research.
I vote World also.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Me? Oh, either Jico or California Grill for signature.
I've only been to California Grill on my honeymoon. We went there, and it was good, but we just had like a light sushi, and then we went more for the experience of watching the fireworks from the balcony there. Yeah,
I'm gonna say World as well, and mine would be the Yachtsman Steakhouse at the Yacht Club.
that's on my list. Yeah, because we actually
So
stayed there.
He said he's going to be banned for his question.
That worries me, downscale.
Do we have a tally for signature?
4-0, World.
Okay, what about table service?
I'm gonna go with World.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with World also, just because I've eaten more table service meals there. However, in California, there is a beautiful place right on Main Street in the beginning that Walt used to like to go to, and it's called, I'm blanking, it starts with a C, but they have really good food there, and it's like home down meals. Jesse, can you help me out if you're still in the chat? What's the place called? I'm forgetting.
So I used to have a favorite, and it was Ohana. But the last time I went to Ohana, it wasn't as good. And I've been to so many good places since then because I went to
Carnation Cafe. Sorry.
I went to Skipper Canteen, which I love. I went to gosh, what's the one at Boardwalk or at the beach club? Beaches and Cream. I loved that. The Edison, so good. Enzo's, so good. I mean, just so many so good table service restaurants.
You're making me hungry.
I know. Are you salivating yet?
I'm thinking about Beaches and Cream too, specifically, and
I got an echo. Let me plug in to my earphones. Maybe I won't have an echo then.
I would have to say I really do like Ohana. I will say that if you have a gluten sensitivity or a gluten allergy, you can have the sauce that's on the wings. It is gluten free. Because I really watch my gluten. I'm not celiac, but I watch it. Sometimes I watch it as it goes into my mouth. But they brought me out just a plate of dry wings, and I was like, what the heck? And so the chef happened to come by, like the head chef, because he was out walking around. He goes, was everything good? I know you have an allergy. I'm like, I think you guys could come up with a gluten-free sauce. He goes, our sauce is gluten-free for the general, like the ones we bring out for everyone. So something to know is that the sauce is gluten-free.
Beaches and Cream, downscale, let me know if this is better. Beaches and Cream has a potato bun, and they also have gluten-free buns.
Mm-hmm.
And then Skipper Canteen, almost everything on their menu is gluten-free. There's like maybe one or two things that are not.
See, when I go, I look specifically for places that have dishes without peanuts in it because that's my allergy. And then they give you like a special peanut-free menu. But that sounds really good. The potato buns and everything. I love it all.
World won 5-0.
Oh, and this is table service?
Yep.
Okay, next one is obviously quick service.
I've never been to Cape May Cafe. That's another place that's on my list.
It's good.
Sorry, in the comments.
I
was going to say real quick.
Is my echo gone?
I think you sound better, Christy.
Okay.
I just noticed you're wearing the Magic Mountain ears, and so am I. These are the ones that Christy sent me for my birthday.
I love their ears. She just released flower and garden ears, and I'm like, woman, you got to stop releasing new ears.
Yeah, she's on a roll.
I don't have Magic Mountain ears. I have old 4th of
Those
July
are really cute. I almost
have,
bought a pair of those, but I didn't.
I have your ears too. They're on my wall. I almost took them down for you, Lena. I was like, oh, I have those.
at eBay for $3.
Wow. I actually paid $3.99 for mine from the outlet.
So quick service, where are we at?
Yep. No one. We haven't talked about it yet.
Who has the best
Mine?
quick service?
Yeah.
I would say all of the kiosks during any food festival.
Kiosks are considered snacks, and that's the next category for
That's
overall.
true. That's true. They are snacks.
Okay, fine.
Okay. This is hard because
Columbia Harbor House and Magic Kingdom.
there's just a lot more options in Florida, so I'm going to say Disney World because
Okay.
there literally are more options. My favorite quick service that's coming to mind is Yorkshire, whatever it's called, the place you can get the fish and chips in UK.
Yorkshire Fish Shop. Mhm.
Yeah, Yorkshire Fish Shop. Thank you. And Columbia Harbor House.
I've got a bunch of empty bottles over here.
And the place, the Japanese place in Epcot, and the place
Lotus
in
Blossom
Morocco. Yeah, oh no, not Lotus Blossom. That's in China.
Oh.
Which
yeah.
I do like that place too.
Yeah, the one that's up kind of by the waterfall, over that way.
Yeah, it's in the front of the Japanese pavilion.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it because they've literally changed the name 3 different times over the course of years.
It's a different name every time I go.
It's the same menu, but they just changed the name. I don't know why. But it's good food. And you can also get shaved ice right next to that as well. So a lot of great quick service options in Florida in general. So I'll say that.
So it looks like Florida won for quick service. What about snacks? Overall snacks, because I have a couple of categories of specific snacks just below this. So overall, in general, which location has the best snacks?
World, because you have World Showcase.
Okay.
Because of what Lena said with the Food and Wine Festival and all the other festivals. Yeah, with all the festivals in general, the snacks at World cannot be beat because they have a million festivals.
Okay.
However, some of the snacks at Disneyland are really unique and fun. I love the raspberry macaroon that you can get at Jolly Holiday in Disneyland. That's only in the California coast, not on.
There's a raspberry macaroon in the French pavilion. French France pavilion. What is wrong with me? That is so good.
Yeah, no, it's different. It's like a big Mickey shaped macaroon filled with extra like fillings and stuff. But the macaroons in the French pavilion, macarons, they're really good too.
Yeah,
I've gotten them to go.
Macarons to Kansas.
Okay, if anyone's going to Epcot in the near future, pick me up a 4-pack of those macaroons in the French pavilion. I can't talk, and ship them to me.
Same here.
I did that last January. I took home with me the macaroons from France. I will say, if anyone's going to Walt Disney World and would like to go to the Disney Springs area, please, I have had the ganachery on my list forever. I would just like some chocolates from there. I can send you my list. I'll send you my money.
High Life.
I really need some ganachery.
Oh, no worries.
Make sure if you haven't to smash that like button and check out Christina's channel, Playdates and Topics.
Okay, now we're going into snack specific. Which side of the country, land or world, has the best churro?
That's not even a debate. Why is that even on here? California, hands down. Everybody knows that Disneyland has the best churro. We've got the Mexicans over here that we make the good churros.
Did you know that Sunshine Churros, the one here in Florida and the one in California, are ran by the same person? They're
ran by the same company. However, they do not know how to make it properly in Florida. I have had the churros there. It does not have the same consistency or the flavor. Even the locals will say it's just all right.
I won a giveaway from Sunshine Churros, and the lady I've been conversing with literally hops from state to state regularly. She's in California right now, and she resides in Florida. She's the one that trains anytime anyone's hired on. She goes and trains them. So she's the same person training everybody on both sides of the country. So it baffles me that, like, I've never eaten churros, so I don't know. But it baffles me.
Christy can't have cinnamon, so she can't talk about this topic.
Well, they have churros that don't have cinnamon on them. I've just never had one.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so for that reason too, in Disneyland, we always have the fun, festive, like themed churros as well. You just cannot be beat in California.
And I will say that I have been at Monsters Inc. Lab for several times, and I am still waiting on Churro Guy to fork over my churros he owes me. So Churro Guy, if
Downscale
you are
says-
listening, fork over my churros.
Downscale says the best churro has been decided. I object.
Disneyland
Downscale.
won 2-1.
Florida.
Land.
All right. So Disneyland or World Pretzel?
World.
I'm going to say World only because World has the German pretzel in the German pavilion. Otherwise, I do not like a Disney pretzel. That Mickey pretzel has absolutely no taste whatsoever.
You got to get
Sorry.
that plastic cheese with it for it to taste good.
Yeah.
I want my jalapeno pretzel from Looking
yeah.
That's spicy. I can't do that either.
Woo woo, spicy.
Yeah, I
Downscale
love.
says, did you know that the word churro is Mexican for cinnamon?
I actually love the look of the Mickey pretzel, but I don't like the taste of it. It tastes really bland.
I will say, like, so at the Christmas party, they give out like eggnog and pretzels and cookies and different things like that. And their pretzels have no flavor. You stick it in your mouth and you're like, what's this?
Yeah. Jen says, yes, plastic cheese. By the way, I will say about the pretzels, Le Cellier has the best pretzel bread. Oh my God, that thing like melts in your mouth. I take that to go. Literally, the second to last time I went to Disney World, the waiter noticed that my husband and I were such big fans of the pretzel bread that he literally gave us a bag to take home to make in our oven at home. It was the best thing ever. I was like, thank you for my free pretzel bread.
You know, like, so obviously you want to get a pretzel earlier in the day when they're just made, because if you try to get one in the evening, they're hard and they don't taste good if you're going to eat a pretzel. Same thing goes for when you get bread service at Sanaa, because when we were there in October, my sister went and picked it up and then came back, and freaking Disney Transit takes forever. We got it back to our room and we started eating it, and I was like,
brittle.
No, the bread was soggy. And you're like, this doesn't taste good, but the sauces taste good. So we're like scooping the sauces out with a spoon.
I've never eaten at Sanaa because it's one of the places that the menu says there's a lot of peanut-oriented dishes. So because of that, I've been like, I don't think I can go.
The only thing I like, well, granted, I've only fully eaten there once. I didn't like my food or my dessert, but I did like the bread service. So that's why she picked it up that one night.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Downscale said eggnog shiz.
Do we have a vote on pretzels? What do we got? World?
I don't know. World, yes, plastic cheese. I'm assuming that means world.
Okay. We'll move on. World. The next one is Disneyland or Disney World popcorn.
Hold on, let me do Lena's asterisk thing.
We're almost done. There's only 3 more, and then we'll tally up and see who wins.
That way she knows that's the end of that one. All right, what was the question?
Disneyland popcorn or Disney World popcorn?
I think they're the same. I think that they honestly use the same Pop Secret recipe in both. So I'm going to say Disneyland just because it's the one I have most frequently.
I've only had Disney World popcorn once, and it was in the Dinoland area.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why we got popcorn, but we did.
Did you like it?
It tasted like popcorn.
Yeah.
It made me thirsty.
Also in Disneyland, you have the themed Disney popcorn and the Radiator Springs area in the Cars Land. So also Disneyland, I'm giving points to that.
Which park has more flavor options of popcorn?
Well, in Cars Land, they have different flavors. Occasionally they have themed popcorn, but it depends on what they have like for a festival or whatnot.
Are you out, Jeffrey? Are you leaving? Have a good night and weekend.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey likes the Halloween party at Disneyland or Disney World. Yeah, I actually prefer the Halloween party over the Christmas party as well.
I have never been to the Christmas party, but I would probably enjoy the Christmas party because it's sugar cookie oriented and milk, which I love. Whereas Halloween has
Candy.
candy, which I don't really
We
eat.
stocked up on, like, we went to every single cookie stroll spot there was at Christmas time. I came back with over 40 cookies. I took them all to work and gave everybody cookies.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing, actually. I'm such a big cookie person, but I think in terms of the theming, I love the Halloween party just because you can't beat the Hocus Pocus show. You can't beat the Boo to You parade. Yeah, I'm sad that I missed out on the Oogie Boogie Bash, the one and only year they had it in Disneyland in California Adventure, because they had just rethemed it here, and then our parks closed down, so I never got a chance to experience it because I was gonna go, but I went to Disney World's version instead that year, so I didn't feel the need to go to Oogie Boogie Bash, and then they just didn't have it last year. So
Live Joefully Done says, love the chili cone from Cozy Cone. Jeffrey said, oh, he just said he hopes everyone has a great weekend. No, he's not leaving yet. And then
the chili cone's good.
He's been to both water parks at Disney World. I've never been to the water parks, but it looks like World Popcorn moved on. So there's 2 more questions. This one is, which property has the best overall aesthetic?
Disney World, because it's massive and bigger, and therefore there's more opportunity for an aesthetic. Disneyland is literally just 2 parks and then the hotels.
And from all my research, it looks like you can actually see the city from inside the park, like surrounding.
Of Anaheim?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. So I don't like that. Like I said at the beginning of this, I just like to be in the Disney bubble. I'm going to be prejudiced because I grew up with that more. But that was one of the reasons why I always loved going to Disney World, is that when you went there, you literally felt like you were going to like a different country, almost a different planet. You were in the Disney bubble and there was nothing else around you that doesn't say Disney. Even the firehouse says Disney, like, the streets or signs are Disney. So I just love that you were literally in this other, it's almost like being in a cult when you go there. You're just in this space that is all Disney oriented and there's no getting out. No. That's how I like it too. But I love it. So for aesthetic, yeah. And then you have the Disney Springs as an extension of that. Just there's so much of the Disney aesthetic in World versus California.
World is my vote as well.
But I do love New Orleans Square. It's really pretty. What are people saying?
One vote.
Jeffrey was talking about the water parks.
Yeah.
If you're saying which water park is better, we don't have any water parks out here in California. I have been to Blizzard Beach and to Typhoon Lagoon, and of the 2, I actually like Blizzard Beach, I think, a little bit more.
Really?
I think it's more family oriented than Typhoon Lagoon. Typhoon Lagoon is better for you with older kids or older people going. If you're going with a younger family, like I would be going, I would say Blizzard Beach is a better option. Plus, I like the wintry theme. You don't get that in Florida in general, so it's just a fun theme.
So we really liked the tidal wave pool.
But that's all they have. That's literally all they have at Typhoon Lagoon. So when you go beyond that, it's not so much fun. I mean, it's fun, but it's not when you compare the 2.
Oh, we spent hours in that thing.
So did my husband. He loves the wave pool.
Pascal Travis said Disneyland just has a certain ambiance that Walt Disney World just cannot replicate. It's the presence of Walt Disney himself, and it's a very real feeling that never gets old.
That's spoken like a Disney buff, though. Like, you're saying that because everyone who says that's like, oh, but Walt walked these walks himself. That's only because he died before he had a chance to go into Walt Disney World. I mean, he would have done the same thing.
Oh, Jeffrey,
I get your
going to have to disagree with that Pop Century Resort. I just stayed there in October and had the worst experience of my life.
Oh my gosh. See, Pop Century was our go-to resort until they built the Skyliner. I don't like the Skyliner. I agree with Cargo. It's the death trap in the sky.
Oh, I love the Skyliner.
And so we actually had changed our trip for December to All-Star Movies.
I love All-Star Movies.
because they have a bus to all the parks instead of taking the death trap in the sky, which will eventually kill me. So, you know.
I like the Skyliner a lot. Okay, last question. Which park gives you the most magical feeling? That one's gonna definitely be hard, especially for Disneylanders.
I think it's whatever theme park you are in at the current time, because I think it gives you the same magical feeling just because you are there.
That is spoken like a travel agent.
Yes, it is. If no one,
I love the sentiment behind that. It's wherever you are.
if you didn't know, Lena is a travel agent. So if you need help booking your next Disney trip, there you go.
Can I put my Facebook link in the chat?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, do it. I will say overall happy feeling. I just have so many positive memories at Disney World from age 2 on. So because of that, I mean, I went there in the womb, actually, from the womb on.
Do you remember that experience?
No, I mean, whatever. Maybe I do. But I just have so many happy memories of just the rides, the aesthetic, and even the cast members. I've had a lot of great cast member interactions in Disney World. I've had times where things have gone wrong and you just go to guest services and they take care of it for you. Versus I live here with access to Disneyland, and when things have gone wrong, I've gone to the cast members here and they don't care. They have bitter attitudes half the time, and half the time they say, "I'm sorry that happened to you. Would you like a free button?" And I'm just like,
that's better than what the service I got in October. I didn't even get offered a free button. They're like,
you got it retroactively. They made up for it.
That's true. They did.
They heard your complaint and they said, you know what, we're going to give you a free vacation and let you stay at the most expensive resort here. Have a great time. So
and gave me a gift card.
And gave you a gift card. I mean, come on. So just
if you haven't checked out my video of how I got a free trip to Disney, check it out.
Go watch it.
And she didn't take us, Christina. I want you to remember that.
Well, she tried to take me.
I did try to take Christina.
I actually opted not to go because of the virus, but she did give me an invite. So I appreciate it, Christy. Although you picked a terrible time.
I picked my birthday. It was the perfect time.
It was a terrible time. We were having a rise in cases.
Meh.
I'm chopped liver over here, y'all.
So the funny thing about that, though, is my sister had to get tested the Monday before we left for work. She had to get tested for COVID, and her results came back Friday after we returned, and they came back positive. I was like, I was with you for 10 days in the same car, in the same resort. Never got it. Masks off, all up in each other's face, sharing food, sharing drinks. Never got it.
And my husband said, I told you so. I told you so. He was like, it's a good thing you didn't go.
You see, I understand where you're coming from, Christy, because, and I'm sure if Kat's still in here, she probably understands too. Working in the SPED area, you can't wear a mask half the time because the kids, it's hard enough to understand adults understand you, let alone kids with special needs who are also trying to, read your lips or whatnot. So we always say if one of our kids tests positive, the whole pair, we're all up a creek because they're sending every one of us home.
I always thought, I'm like, what do people who are deaf do right now? Like you can't, if you're reading lips, you cannot read lips. We can't even understand each other when we have our masks on. So if you're like this, how are you supposed to understand what someone is saying and communicating to you? And I feel so horrible for them right now.
They do make some clear masks for that, but
you know what? I just saw that. I just saw
they look funny.
They look so funny. They're like sucking your face in. MTV must have told all the crew members on Teen Mom that they had to wear those clear masks because I just started watching the season. I'm revealing something about myself. I'm watching Teen Mom OG, and I'm like, Christy does remind me of Macy. I know you have someone told you that. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. Like you guys are from Tennessee. You guys kind of talk similarly. But all the crew in that show, they're wearing those clear plastic masks, and I'm like, that looks so strange.
I
But
get
we
Jodie
got
Foster
confidence.
and Helen Hunt a lot, but I don't know who you're talking about.
Somebody told you in the comments. You told me at one point. I thought like that someone compared you to Macy from Teen Mom. Go look her up.
Okay. So what's our votes for most magical feeling? What do we got?
No one said
Most
anything.
magical feeling. I think we went off
We
on a
got off on
tangent.
tangent. Yeah.
Yeah. I say Disney World. Lena?
Okay. I'm putting
I
world.
say wherever you are currently vacationing.
That's right.
We know you say that. Okay, so I was tallying these up while we were talking, and Disney World wins 25-12.
There we go.
I kind of feel like our audience though is very skewed tonight, so take that with what you may.
Yeah. I have a few deaf customers at work that have have to read lips, and I have to pull down my mask so they are able to communicate.
Okay. Yeah. I was wondering how people do that. I mean, it's just it's tough.
Yeah.
Because I've been in situations before where it was someone who was deaf and like they asked me a question and they use simple signs. But that was before we were wearing masks, obviously, and they were trying to like read my lips to see for my response. And I'm just like, what would they do now? They have to have like an interpreter go with them or something, like everywhere they go.
Yeah. It's got to be hard. I should have, it says mask update. Okay. So they had a mask update at Disney based on CDC guidelines, and it included clear masks. Let me see if I can still find that because I had it up and I didn't read it.
As in, you could wear it, or that you're not sure.
I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't
Life
know.
Joyfully Done says, "Have you seen the mask where it's LED and mimics what your lips are doing?" No,
Yes,
That's cool.
that is really cool.
But yeah, I was watching DFB and they had an update regarding masks and it included clear masks. And I don't remember what it was, but if anyone is interested in knowing what Disney World's new policy is for masks, go to DFB or go to Walt Disney World himself and see what you can find. And it does include clear masks in the update. So there's
InsideTheMagic.net. I'm InsideTheMagic.net. They said, I'm looking for it. It's about clear masks though. They have updated the face covering policy for both Walt Disney World as well as Disneyland Resort to include the rules for transparent windows on face coverings.
Okay.
So it's saying face coverings are required for all guests age 2 and up and cast members, including those who received the COVID-19 vaccine. Please bring your own face coverings and wear them at all times except when dining or swimming. You may remove your face covering while actively eating or drinking, but all the same stuff. All face coverings must be made with at least 2 layers of breathable material, fully
But
cover
clear
your nose
mask
and
wouldn't be,
mouth,
would it?
fit snugly, and be secured with ties or ear loops and allow the guest to remain hand-free. So it says, at this time, based on guidelines, neck gaiters, open chin, triangle bandanas, and face coverings containing valves, mesh material, or holes of any kind are not acceptable.
But I don't know how clear mask. I guess it's just like the thickness of it. Okay, so we have been on.
Here we go. Face coverings may have an integrated transparent plastic panel to aid in viewing the wearer's mouth. These face coverings must be a fabric face covering featuring a solid plastic panel containing no openings that's attached to the fabric on all sides using tight knit stitching.
Okay.
And meet all the requirements. So that's basically what it is.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Actually, what we're going to do, because we've been on for 2 hours. Oh my gosh. We're going to go round robin, say what we have coming up. I've got to go to the bathroom and pee real quick.
Take us all with you.
Are you
Let everybody
taking us
know.
with you? Well, we'll be like the monkeys at the zoo.
You're not going with me. So, Lena, no, let's go with Christina since she's our guest. Christina, you go first with what's coming up, and I'll be back in just a minute.
I have more hauls coming up.
Yay!
I have next Friday, as I mentioned, is Lunar New Year. So I do have some Lunar New Year related content that is Disney related. I have ordered from Hong Kong and from Shanghai and from Japan, and I have pins to show for that. I will have a Lunar New Year pin board as well as Valentine's pin board hybrid video coming up. I showcase all my pins from all the different countries. I also have the 2 packages that I have gotten from Hong Kong and Shanghai. I actually ordered lucky bags, which that's a tradition done at Lunar New Year every year in January. These bags, they're mystery bags, are filled from different retailers, and you don't know what's going to be inside, but it's at a certain value, and you can buy them. They're called lucky bags, and I have always wanted to order one, and this year I decided to go crazy, and I ordered one from Japan, and I ordered one from Shanghai. So I have the Japan one already. The Shanghai one I shall have next week. So I have that coming up, which I think will be kind of fun to showcase what's on the other side of the world in Disney parks. And then I also have some boxes. I do a lot of Disney boxes, and I have some more mystery boxes coming up on my channel. I have a series where I've done every year, which is the best Disney subscription box company, because I've tried over 20, and I continue to try all the new ones that are out there to show viewers what you can get from other companies that you might not be aware of. And so I've added a lot more companies to that list, and I plan on updating that video very soon. It should be at the end of February. I'll have the updated version for 2021, what companies have closed, what companies have tanked in terms of their customer service, and it's no longer as great as I used to say, et cetera, et cetera. It'll be a really comprehensive review. I really pride myself on doing those, and I have a lot of fun with that. I do a lot of research. So if you're looking for subscription boxes and the know-how, that will also be on my channel later on this month. And that's pretty much what I have coming up. And then I always have other Disneyland stuff, Disney Store. I have a box lunch haul, the showcase and Hot Topic from using my box lunch cash and whatnot. So some more fun stuff. And I hope that you guys do check out my channel and subscribe if you haven't already, because I have a lot of fun in Disney community, and I always love talking to new faces. And I pride myself on getting back to comments, even if I don't do it right away. But that's it. Thank you.
What do you have coming up, Lena?
Right now on Tuesdays and Saturdays is my content from my very quick trip to Universal back in November.
Nice.
As part of the Travel Agent Fam program, they provided me with a 2-night stay with a 2-day park-to-park ticket free of charge to help promote Universal. So I also did some video content for the channel while I was out there. So those are going up. And then Wednesday is meal planning day. There's crafting in May. I've got two swaps coming up.
Are meal plans coming back?
I think she means for her home meal plan.
Yeah,
okay.
not dining plans for Disney. I did not mean to get anyone really excited. Sorry, no, just like
she was getting excited.
I was curious.
Personal meal planning. And I've got a couple collabs coming up, one for Easter, one for World Book Day, and then there's a DIY May craft food, etc. collab that's in May. And I've got some, and that's Mermaids and the Mouse, I think, is doing that one. And then Chronically Disney has some collabs that I'm doing later in the year. And then just, random videos that go up and, whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. I have some collabs in February. Well, one in February, but 3 collabs coming up in March, and then in May and July. Collabs.
I love collabs. I wish
They're
I could.
Fun.
I wish there were more. I need to find some more.
You should join. You should join the ear collab.
Yeah, year of the year.
Yeah, year of the year.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys about that later.
So for me, I post a video every Monday and Friday. Today's video was what I got with my Ulta gift card that I got for Christmas. I know that was like a month later, but I got a lot of stuff. And then
I got excited when I saw that because I love Ulta, and I was like, I have to watch this.
Right now, myself and Sammy from Just Sammy Things has a giveaway going on. It ends on the 14th. If you have not entered it, go enter it. The winner will get both the things that are in my video and all the things that are in her video. I post shorts every other day of the week. So if I'm not posting a video, which is Monday and Friday, then I have a short that posts at 2 p.m. on that day. On Thursdays, every Thursday, I have the live stream Magical Makeup with Christy. My friend Alicia from CinderAliLovesDisney actually came up with the name. And then Miss Lena right here next to me is my official person who handles the chat like in everything. So she's there. And then we have reoccurring guest of Caitlin from Caitlin Christine. Go check her out. Janelle from
She just joined.
Yes.
Right at that moment. Right at that moment.
Janelle, and then Sami from Just Sami Things joins every now and then too. So we have a fun bunch of people. We have fun. We have a theme every week, except for this coming week and the next week. Every week I put something on my community tab and on my story on Instagram for you guys to vote on what look we do. I do research and I try to find 4 looks that I think would be good for us to do. And then I post it on those and you guys get to vote. Our last voting, we had a tie. We had Instagram overzealous with Hades, and then the community tab overzealous with pirates. So that's why we are booked out for the next 2 weeks of what we're already doing. We're doing Cupid next week because it is Valentine's week. And then the week after that, we're doing pirates. But stay tuned to be able to vote so you can vote on what look we do. Lena likes to track how many eyeshadows we use.
That is my job.
And I have a little disclaimer about makeup in general. I didn't send you guys a picture, but Kat saw me in person because me and her video chatted earlier. I couldn't find my normal shape tape that I use for my eyes. So I pulled out an older Lancome eye cream primer and used it, and my eyes swelled up.
I saw in a couple of your pictures, your eyes were red. I was like, what happened?
Because it was older.
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen. I used, I forget what I used, but I used something that was a year old, and I was like, this will be fine. And then I swelled up. My hands got red too, and I was like, okay, I can't use old product.
No, yeah. And I don't even know how old it was. It was just in the drawer, and I was like, well, I'll just use this. I can't find it. I found it, by the way. But yeah, this morning I had my makeup on it, and my eyes were hurting so bad. They still hurt. I don't know if you want me to make myself big?
I'm like,
I took the makeup off, and I left makeup off most of the day because my eyes were hurting so bad, and I put it on just before the show. But yeah, so here.
I don't think you can tell.
Can you tell they're swollen a little bit, maybe?
Trav says he hates it when his eye cream makes his eyes swell up.
Was it your right eye?
It was both of them.
It was both of them.
Your left eye looks normal, so I can't tell.
My right eye was worse than my left eye.
Your right eye looks like it might be slightly puffy, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, why did my eyes hurt so bad? And when I was putting my makeup on, I was like, this hurts. It hurts. So I think for the next couple of days, I probably won't wear any makeup just to let my eyes heal.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like,
I have flare-ups from that too.
My eyes are so bad. So yeah, don't use old makeup. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. It's no. Don't use it. Don't use it. But it's painful. Like this eye, both of the eyes. This one hurts the most right here.
You posted photos on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
I missed it, but I had a busy day. I was too busy monitoring my daughter's homework throughout the day, and I was like, thank God it's Friday.
Amen.
I hate being a stay-at-home teacher, moderator. I don't know, what do you call it? Like the helper. It's horrendous. I'm just done with this.
I could not do it. Okay, so other things that I have coming up. I plan on doing some more DIYs. I've got an overwhelming response from the giveaway so far because my question on there is, what do you like about my channel the most? I've got an overwhelming response about my DIYs. So those will be coming. I've got plenty of stuff to do DIYs with. So I have some collabs coming up too. I'm in a collab that Val from Singer Family Adventure created called Celebration Collection, and it's about pins. And Christina actually mentioned it to me because I was talking to her about I started to do different videos for my pin collection, which you'll see those too. And she does a collab video every month with a different theme of pins. So I'm in that.
Yeah. Last month it was cats, and this month is about love. So couples.
I've already recorded it.
I haven't done mine yet.
And then in March, I have a collab that Sami is hosting. Also in February, I have a collab with Josh of the extras. Why is it not on here? I must have accidentally deleted it. It posts on the 26th though. And then
Of March?
No, of February. It's at
February.
extras. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not on my list. I must have accidentally deleted it because I usually have everything on here. Then in March, I also have a home decor collab that I created. It's a home decor DIY and swap. So we're doing a DIY at the beginning of the video, and the second half of the video is the swap. I'm in a couple of the year of the year. I've got February, April, May, and June. And I've got the May thing with Lena, the mermaid, and a Best Friends Day collab with the Siskateers. I think that's it. Oh, and Christmas in July.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, I've got it's a collab. It's a Christmas in July craft and recipe collab. Craft collab is one day and the recipe is the next day, and it's just making a craft, making a recipe. It does not require you to send anything to anyone. So if you are interested in participating in that, you can hit me up on Instagram and let me know.
Are you doing the Harry Potter collab too, Christy?
I was not invited to a Harry Potter collab. Shame on whoever is hosting it.
Okay. Well, I'm not in it either, but I just asked to be part of it today, and it's already been like in the works.
Oh.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Sounds good. Why wouldn't anyone invite me on the Harry Potter? Come on, people. Ow.
She probably did invite you, and you probably said, "Nah, I can't do it."
Oh,
maybe. Because that's what I said. I said, "Nah, I can't do it." And then I reached out to her saying, "When is that Harry Potter thing?" Because I've gotten a lot of Harry Potter merch lately.
I have so much Harry Potter merch that I haven't used that would be great for a collab.
We should do one between the three of us then.
We could.
Good.
I mean, I literally was reaching out and I was like, "When is your Harry Potter thing?" Anyway, I didn't mention any of my collabs either, but I'm in a couple of the ones that they both mentioned. So stay tuned for collabs.
Yeah. So I used to be called the collab queen, and I'm kind of glad I'm not anymore because I'm only hosting one collab. Everyone else is, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can do it. So it's so nice to be just participating and not hosting.
Yeah, once upon a time, Christy used to create collaboration groups for everyone in the community to join, and it was on like an almost weekly basis, and it got a little crazy, and she set the tone for everyone in the Disney community to then go ahead and create other collaborations on top of the other collaborations on top of the other collaborations that we were doing. So I lost track of everything, and I started saying, I don't know if I can do any more collabs. But I've slowly started doing more collabs again because it's fun, but it's a lot, and they're expensive.
Yeah, I would say the cost got really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It got really expensive. All right, guys, we are almost 2.5 hours in, so
wow,
I'm tired.
Get off of here, and everyone have a good weekend. We'll see you next Friday on CinderAliLovesDisney's channel, and come to our Thursday magical makeup with Christy's Dream. It's pretty fun. You can see me go from no makeup to, I'll show a picture in case anyone doesn't follow me on Instagram,
to Hades. It came out really awesome. I saw your pictures today.
It did. I was so impressed. Did you watch my story, the video that I put on my story?
No. I mean, I watched it live. I was there until probably the last like 10 minutes and I had to go. So I didn't see the final product, but it came out really good.
So this is that you can see my ring light in the glare. That's the Hades look. And I'm going to unplug. Did a video. Let me find it.
You should have done a side by side of you and Caitlin Christine since she also did her makeup. Ooh, you're
She does.
glistening.
Oh, I was glistening. Oh, and I reached 1,800 subscribers today.
Yay!
But
Yeah, we could have done a side by side. Why am I still big? Go away, me. There we go. All right. So that's it for us. You guys have a good weekend. I've got Girl Scout stuff to do. That's fun. Thanks for coming. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.